If you were not here, this is not the first video that you should be watching. You should be watching the video that we had, the two videos that we had yesterday. So go ahead and exit and go watch those first before you watch this one. If you watched yesterday's video, this is the problem that says page 4. And I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm just going to do stat for the first equation. So if you do stat, enter, and then stat, arrow over to calc 4, it's going to give you an equation and it's going to give you a decimal number. So I'm going to show you how to change that to a fraction. So we go to stat, enter in the calculator. Make sure that you pause so that you can do this as well, or rewind if I'm going too fast. We're going to put 0, enter, 1, enter, 2, enter, 3, enter. I'm doing table 1 on it. -1, enter. -1 divided by 3, enter. And notice that it changes it to a decimal, and that is fine. The next one's 1 divided by 3, enter. That one also changes it to a decimal. And then 1, enter. So that is table 1. Go to stat, arrow over to calc, press 4, enter. And that gives you a repeating decimal. If I was to write that down, that would be y equals -0.6 repeating x minus 1. But I don't want it like this. I need to change this to a decimal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 0.6, and I'm going to repeat the 6 all the way to the end of the calculator. So don't count how many 6's there are. Just take it all the way to the end. Press math, enter, enter, and it's going to give you the fraction, which is 2/3. So now you have y equals 2/3 x minus 1. Y equals 2/3 x minus 1. And you're going to continue. You're going to find the equation of the second table. And then you're going to go see how many solutions it has and write down the solution. So I'm not going to finish this problem for you. You are going to finish it on your own. So you can pause the video if you want to, or you can continue with the video and then come back to it later. The next problem that we're going to do is the one that says page 5. Because clearly I can look at how many solutions this has. Obviously it has one solution. And I can also figure out what the solution is, which in this case is -3, -5. So this point right here is -3, -5. But I need the equations, and some of you are looking at this table and you don't know how to put that. First of all, you are not going to put this in stat together. You're going to do it 2 times. So the first time, you're going to do stat with this. So you can put this x and this y in stat, do stat calc 4 and get the equation. Then, once you do that, then you're going to use this x and this y, put it in stat, get the equation. So I'm only going to do the equation for the second table. So I'm going to put this as my x's, and I'm going to put this as my y's, and I'm going to get the equation. So in stat, enter, I'm going to put the numbers, -5, enter, -4.5, enter, -4, enter, -3.5, enter, and so forth until you finish. And actually, you don't have to put the whole table. So let's just pick 5 points is fine. And then I have -8, enter, -7.25. Remember, I'm doing the second equation, not the first equation, you guys are going to do the first equation. Negative 5.75 and negative 5, enter. So then I do stat calc for enter, and it gives you the equation. So that's y equals 1.5x minus 0.5, and I need to change both of these to a fraction. So 1.5, math, enter, turns it into 3 over 2. I know you can't see it because my screen's not all the way to the right. And negative 0.5, math, enter, gives you a negative 1/2. So my equation would be y equals 3 over 2x minus 1/2. That's the equation to the second table. 3 over 2x minus 1/2. So you need to go find the equation of the first table. Let's go to problem page 10. I'm not going to do the whole thing for you. Just know that this is your x and this is your y. Okay, and you need pretty points. You need to make 2 tables. One for the green line. So pick some pretty points like this one. That's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, 5. And this one, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0. So you would put this one in stat, get the equation. Then I need another table for the black line. It doesn't give me the y-intercept, so I'm going to pick another point. I would pick maybe this one. That point is at 3, negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3, negative 5. Pick another pretty point. That would be this one. And that's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, negative 1. And put that in stat and get the equation. And you guys can figure out the rest of those questions. Let's go to the one that says page 12. I'm only going to help you with writing the equations, and you're going to have to do the solutions. So it says that 2 car rental agencies have the following rate structures for a subcompact car. U-Rent charges $50 per day plus 15 cents per mile. That's plus. Payne's charges $45 per day plus 20 cents per mile. If you rent the car for 1 day, so I'm not going to put an X next to 50 per day, and I'm not going to put an X next to 45 per day because I'm only doing it for 1 day. The one that's going to have the X is the per miles. Those are going to be my X's. So the equations would be y equals $50 plus 15 cents per mile. So go ahead and write the other equation using that other sentence. Once you find both equations, you're going to put them in y equals. You're going to hit trace to make sure that you see the intersection. If you don't see the intersection, you're going to have to zoom out, make the graph bigger. Then you do second trace 5, enter, enter, enter. Okay, make sure once you finish this packet, you go ahead and start on the other packet that I left you. Okay, this question is from the other packet that I left, and most of these are exactly the same. You're going to have to do the same thing with all of them. They already gave you the equations. Y equals, remember this is y equals 2x plus 1. And y equals x plus 1. Okay, now if you remember something, what's going to happen when the slopes are different? How many solutions is it going to have? If you don't remember that, you need to put both of these in y equals, hit trace, and look and see how many times do the graphs intersect. Because that's the question. That's what it's asking. How many times do they cross? And that's kind of what you're doing in the whole packet. They're either asking you how many times do they intersect or what is the intersection. In other words, the solution. What is the solution? Make sure that everything is finished, and I will check all the work tomorrow when I come in.